Preface, Rationale and Organization. This textbook is intended as a means for the development of textual competence in second-language students at the upper intermediate and advanced levels when approaching literary texts, especially narrative ones. By means of a linguistic tool such as structures of modification, words, phrases, clauses, and even sentences functioning as modifiers, it explores actions and descriptions in the narrative process as seen in the short story. Modification, as the late Francis Christensen showed, generates meaning in creative writing. With these ideas and aims in mind, the book has been structured in 5 chapters including 1. A review of the English sentence, 2. The expansion of the sentence by coordination, 3. The expansion of the sentence by modification, 4. Structures of modification of nouns and verbs, and 5. The shaping of the image proposed by the verb and the noun, in other words actions and descriptions. The linguistic level offered by this textbook can be complemented with the pragmatic level of the texts, based on illocutionary and sociolinguistic competence of the students, and with the teaching of the main elements that sustain the narrative structure. Also, although based on narrative texts, these structures of modification can also be applied to poetry. I hope that this linguistic tool will guide the student to capture on his own the subtleties of a literary work, and make deeper assessment of the complex features of it, while also encouraging his enjoyment of narrative, especially the short story chosen here for an easier illustration and pedagogical application of this analysis. Each chapter contains activities of analysis based on short stories taken from Alan Salido's The Fishing Boat Picture, James Joyce's The Dead, Catherine Mansfield's The Garden Party, Philip Roth's Defender of Faith, Edgar Allan Poe's Ligeia, and John Updike's Tristan and Isolde. The 6 short stories selected combine different national literatures, those of New Zealand, Ireland, England, and the United States, and differing styles. The book as a whole is intended ultimately to allow students to recognize and to understand the unique features of a given author. I must recognize my indebtedness to the late Francis Christensen and his groundbreaking findings on the composing process. His work on the structures of modification or addition has served as the basis for this linguistic approach to literary analysis. The main difference, however, between his study and mine is that he applies his conclusions mainly to the teaching of composition to native speakers of English, whereas I use them for the analysis of creative prose and teaching the reading of literature to students of English as a second language.